Hello! What's going on here? It's bits and bytes. From anything to everything.
Morning, everyone. I actually want to say for the second time, first time we said good morning, something happened there, and my internet, well, everything just decided to quit. So let's try this again. Morning, everyone. Welcome to Bits and Bytes, from anything to everything. Um, it's wonderful to be here with a ninth episode. And we have been talking about so many things in these past episodes, from AI to braaiing to all kinds of topics. It's actually amazing what a person can talk about. So, yeah, morning, Johann.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to be on the ninth episode already. Can't believe it. We on the forefront of April month. Paul, I heard a birdie that said you went camping this weekend. My friend, how did it go on the campgrounds for a blind guy?
Oh, people, what must I say? In the first place, we had no electricity. Yes, yes, laugh, 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 laugh. Everyone, lovely. Just give me a round of applause and start laughing because, man, it was to me. I I understand now. I understand something very well now. I understand that I'm I miss my AI. I miss my Wi-Fi. I miss my what shall I say? My tech stuff. On the one hand, I had to learn how to actually um, work with a gas lighter. Yes, people, come on. Let's just take us apart here because I know people think, hey, he's blind, he's gonna hurt himself, but I had to learn. I had to learn to work with a gas lighter and light a gas flame. Not just press a little button, and then the thing lights up. No, I had to learn to work with to really light the gas flame and brew coffee with a kettle and a gas kettle, one of those kettles.
Kettle with a whistle.
Yes, well, it didn't even have a whistle,
Oh
and
man.
and I had to listen for the water to boil, and the fires were burning all the time. I actually took my guide dog with my guide dog Walker, Black Lab. He at least he could take me from the room where I slept. Yes, I actually slept in a room, not in a tent. What a pity! I don't have a tent. But if I had, it would have been quite interesting. But he took me to the ablution blocks, the bathrooms and stuff. So he actually took me there. The terrain was quite rough. It was quite rocky. It was definitely, it was like really mountain. It was in a 4x4 that we traveled. So from the from my house to the camp site. So Jon, it was it was very nice actually. To actually to say that it was bad is not the truth. It's definitely not the truth. Um, it was not something I'm used to. Um, But Johan, actually the whole thing that really caught let's say my attention was sitting around was sitting around the fire, talking to the people, mingling, being one of them. Yes. They in the beginning they're all shy because you're blind. But
Yeah, so,
as
so
yeah.
Paul, what you actually say is, without the technology, you had a chance to actually be a normal person. They took you into the group as a normal guy, not as a blind guy.
That is true. And the thing is just that, yes, they didn't really. make friends or anything, or, say, hey, this is my number, whatever. No, not necessarily, because people are not like that these days. But they actually took me in and we spoke about anything under the sun. Yes, we did talk about technology, ChatGPT, Grok AI, that stuff. But, you know, the whole thing is I could listen to them. I could talk to them. I could tell them about Walker, my guide dog. And we could actually have conversations around that campfire. And it went on until 1, 2 o'clock, It was
Good mornings,
wonderful, man.
yeah. Paul, did you get any questions, strange questions from them about your disability or about your way of life as a blind person?
Yeah, Johann, thanks for pointing that out. What was quite interesting to me is that the misconception people have. And I'm going to throw the question back to you now, because there's something specifically I want to ask you, but the misconception that people have in not knowing what to say to a blind person, not knowing, and maybe you'll hurt the feelings, maybe you'll hurt their. And I mean, I know there are people that are quite, they get hurt quite, they get hurt quite easily. Their feelings and stuff, but I don't. I don't. I mean, really, I don't care if they can ask me anything. But yes, I definitely got some questions around, um, how do I make coffee? How do I know my way around places? Does my dog know when the street is or when the robot is green? No, it doesn't. But the point is, people don't know. They really don't know. And it's all, um, my wife, sometimes she says to me that she's sick and tired of teaching people. And yes, I understand that. I really do, because people are very ignorant and they don't really,
Yeah,
they don't
we must.
they don't take the time. Sorry, they don't take the time to really read up and stuff. But still, we must teach them.
But Paul, the same thing is we don't read up about sighted people. We don't take the time to specialize ourselves into sighted people's way of life. But we had the privilege of being taught at school about sighted people. But the normal sighted guys, they don't get the education in schools how to go about with a disabled person or a visually
Mm,
impaired person, because I
that's
always
it.
say
That's it. Yes.
I'm not I don't have a disability, I have a possibility. So
I think about this guy this weekend, for instance. I sat there in front of the fire and I just, mentioned the fire is wonderful and stuff and stuff. And he said, yeah, it's your job. We're going to go hiking or mountaineering. We know you can't necessarily go with because of the terrain is rough, and you must. We don't have guides to actually that are experienced, but you must keep the fire going. And you know what?
yeah.
He actually held me to it. He got back. Yes, he got back and he said to me, hey, buddy, look, hey, the fire is not burning as high as it should. I said, but it's burning. He said, but I told you you're the one who must keep the fire high and burning, and I could have easily taken
Be
offense
offended.
and walked away in a huff, but I didn't. I said to him, yes, I said, okay, but at least I did my job. Look at the fire, it is burning, but you're gonna brine my stuff tonight, are you not? So it was banter, and it was it was excellent. But um yeah, I get it that people, there are a lot of planning that goes into this, and if you cannot see, you don't know the terrain. You don't know if it's wild or not. You don't know what you're going to walk into. So I was quite glad that I had my guide dog along.
That's good, Paul. I'm
Uh,
happy that you've
yes.
enjoyed it.
Oh, I did. But now I want to throw the question to you. What was the dumbest things that sighted people said to you, even blind people? And if I say dumbest, I mean in a light-hearted way. What was, not because they're stupid or idiotic or what, no, but what was the most ignorant stuff that you had to deal with in your life?
Well, there are a few of them. Firstly, they can't believe that I'm a dad of three boys. The second
Ooh.
thing is they can't believe that I'm actually living in my caravan on a campsite.
You so
Me and my
you so
wife.
so you camping forever ever?
Yeah, we permanent on holiday.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, they can't believe that we actually stood up after we've lost our whole farming and our whole business and our houses in the fire in 2024. And then the biggest question that always get is, but what can you actually see?
Hmm.
How much can you see? And that is very difficult to explain to a person to say, oh, I can see 1% because they don't know what is 50% and 100% and
Ah.
20%. Um, and I developed a type of system where I say, okay, the things that you can read on 60 meters, I can start to see there's something on 1 meter because I have 1 on 60 vision. But for any practical stuff, that's zero.
Hmm.
So yeah, that is fun, some of the questions. And then normally they ask my wife, will he drink some sugar in his coffee? As if I can't tell somebody
As if
I
you're
have
not in the room,
two
yes.
sugars,
Hmm.
thank you. But
So,
yeah, if
so,
they
so
if they learn you or if they become to know you better, then they actually start to see that you are just a normal person like the rest.
that's it. That's it. Like
And
mhm.
we as blind people mustn't feel ashamed because we are blind, and we mustn't feel scared to talk to people because we are blind, because we're only blind. We still have hands and feet like a normal person. We can speak, we can think, we can listen. We not necessarily disabled. As I said earlier, I don't have a disability, I have a possibility. Because anything you can do, I can try to do, and it's possible that I can also do it. There is a possibility.
Yeah, it might take some extra
Some
skill, some
extra
extra
time,
practice, time, but it's possible. Yes, I mean,
it's possible.
when I was a student, back, way back, way back. No, I'm not so old. Come on, it's okay. But way back when I was a student, there was this girl who asked me, "Hey, can you have children? Can a blind person?" I mean, then I won't tell you what I answered, not on this show, but the point is, um, she blushed. But anyway, then I didn't, I'm just thinking the stuff that people, they just don't know. And yes, the person gets tired to educate them, but if you don't, they're going to have the wrong perception and they're going to remain that way until, and sometimes it's good that a person, how can I say, what can I say, train them in the right way because, um, yeah, but don't get offended, people. It's not worth it, because there are always ways and means of doing these things. So, that's
Yeah,
great.
Paul,
So,
and I think you touched a interesting topic when we started. You said you didn't have access to all the technology, and I think we as blind people are so what's the word I'm looking for?
We are tied to
Attached.
our, yes, attached,
Yeah,
yes.
tied, or in Afrikaans we say afhanklik.
Yes, we're
Um,
dependent. So
we're
dependent on that.
dependent. That's the word,
Yes.
dependent. We are so dependent on, for example, AI, or our phones. And I'm sitting here and I think, what did we do when we didn't have internet? What did we do when we didn't have guide dogs? We used a cane, my friend, a red and white cane. Some people say it's a loopstock. Um,
But yeah, we did. We had to make
and
it
and
work.
and it worked. We got from point A to point B, but nowadays we have the luxury of Uber, and we have the luxury of a guide dog, and we have the luxury of Checker 6060 and pick and pay
All the,
delivery and
yes,
whatever.
yes.
And we have the luxury of AI, and there are so many different AIs. It started with ChatGPT. Then Gemini came out. Now I see another one, Grok. Do you heard of Grok, Paul?
Yes, I actually, Elon Musk, as far as I know, was involved there and is still involved there. I actually downloaded Grok onto my iPhone last night and onto my PC this morning, and I actually make a point and made a point, but I still do. I make a point of actually comparing AIs just to see or hear what answers they will give me on specific questions. And for instance, um, I I ask ChatGPT one question, and then I ask another AI the same question, see what answers come up, and it's just very interesting to hear. Sometimes it's different answers, sometimes it's the same. But what really stood out for me with Grok is that Grok's it's where it pulls its requests and its answers from is live because it pulls it from the satellites of X and so it's actually to me much more live than an AI like ChatGPT. Its results can, I say can, be old at times. But in the old end, it's all about what you need, what suits you, what answers you can get where. And that's why I say I test them out. But Johan, this weekend, I really, yes, I could amaze the people with Be My Eyes and all the stuff that Be My Eyes could tell about the fire that's burning in the background. There's this and this objects and the pile of wood and all the things. I amazed the people with that. But in the old end, what I took home with me was the camaraderie, the the fact that these guys and the woman really took us in and actually
As part
my
of the
daughter,
team.
yeah, my daughter, my small daughter, she played and played and played, and she enjoyed herself tremendously. And so me and my wife could have quality time together Saturday morning and afternoon because my daughter was looked after and cared for. So we really had a bit of a rest and a bit of a break. So I was grateful. It was good. But when we got home Sunday, life went on, and and it's always a shock to me. I hate it when life goes on, but it happens. It happens.
Life is life, my friend. There's a song
Mm.
like that, Moss. So yeah,
Yeah.
Paul, to conclude, I saw there's a AI, or I heard about an AI that can actually give you audio feedback or descriptive feedback on movies. Did you ever play with something like that? Remember, we had in the past we had descriptive movies where you can switch on like you switch on the text at the bottom.
Yes, the
You could switch
subtitles.
on
Mhm.
the subtitles, so you could switch on a narrator that describes. For example, there was one movie, Daredevil, and he described the main character, which is running and jumping and hiding and whatever, whilst the characters or the actors doesn't talk. He described what is happening on the screen. Did you ever come across something AI wise that you can do any movie, or is it
Yes,
only
yes.
for the movies that's that enabled?
No, yeah, they have developed something called Omni Describer, and it's in version 2.0 now. So they are developing it, making it better, making it better. Um, and it's actually a wonderful little app that uses AI and TTS speech engines on your PC to describe a local movie that you upload or a YouTube movie. Um, and it's actually doing a good job. Some places it still overlaps the actual speech of the movie a little bit, but the person must play with it and tweak it and see what can be done. But I think they are making wonderful progress. Omni Describer, it's called, as I said, and it's really worth it to look for it on the internet, download it and play with it.
Yeah. So yeah, Paul. From my side, I don't have any questions. Only one. I have only one. Will you go camping again?
The answer is a definite yes. So you know what? If all your things work out, I would like to come to you and, as I say, talk, have a real face-to-face podcast there by your campsite. See what's happening, what's going on, how a person can do whatever there. But it would be nice. And yes, no, oh yes, not no, yes, I would surely, definitely go camping again.
Great, because it's a way of life. Camping is a way of life. And guys, I can assure you, it sounds difficult, it sounds hard, but if you go to the correct places and you do the correct planning, it's possible for blind people to camp like normal people. That I can assure
Yeah,
you.
as I said, it's just a bit more planning, but and it might be a bit more difficult, but it's not impossible. It is surely not impossible, and I definitely would recommend that, if you're blind, come on, try it, and you'll see, just maybe you'll enjoy it. People, thank you so
Yeah.
much for listening and watching again. PD 906 156 at gmail.com. PD 906 156 at gmail.com. It's my email address. Drop me a mail, say hello. And you heard Johann's story. He actually, lost everything in a fire. It wasn't a campfire, I promise you. It was a very big fire. So, and yes, now he is living in a caravan as a blind person, traveling, doing whatever he can to make ends meet. Johan, we really great respect for you in that regard. Um, but yeah, so it's possible, and I really wish that more people would uh, go camping and then describe their experiences. That'll be quite interesting to hear.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for having me again on the show. And it's a privilege to be with you, Paul. You must have a beautiful, beautiful Easter. It's coming up next week.
Yep.
Or yeah, next week we'll try to put out this. No, Easter is this week. This weekend it's coming.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, this week already.
Where was I
Oh,
now? Yeah,
where's the
that's
time
correct.
gone? Paul, the time is
Mm.
gone. And the days are flying. But everybody have a beautiful Easter, and we'll chat to you next week again, Paul. And then I think we must try to go into a little bit more into grok. Let's see how it develops and how it goes and how it works. We can do a demo on that, I think.
Yeah, that'll be good. We can do that, and I can actually just go through the settings of that Omni describer then as well, so that people can actually just hear what it can do. I'll even have like a 30-second or a 40-second video to describe so that you can hear what it does.
Yeah. So guys, again, email Paul. Any questions, any suggestions, just say hi to us. We will read, and we will answer the questions on the podcast as we go. And yeah, remember Paul is a certified JAWS and NVDA trainer, and he can give some Windows as well as Office assistance. If you need something, contact Paul, and be blessed.
All right, folks, have a good one.
Hello! What's going on here? It's bits and bytes. From anything to everything.